Even though if you die, they will bring you to the graveyard, Abby. But that moment, you will know that Kusile is better than Kusiberi. Die at home is better than to die in that burial ground, right? I have seen code, my dear brothers and sisters. I live in Scotland. And every time I see the videos of those in Canada, the first question I kind of ask myself is that, how do you guys survive there? Knowing that we came from a 70-degree continent. And they have not discovered the black man walking, and they'll be like that. And everybody will be like taking pictures. I say, why are you taking pictures with him? He froze to death. He's not a statue, man. Why are you taking pictures with him? Why is that not happening? Like in my own imagination, like I'm like, you are a black man walking now, and it's so cold. It's so cold, and you're just like. And instead of people to call 999, they started taking pictures. Oh, look at this beautiful black statue in white snow. I would get it already. Here you get. And can you even imagine the kind of pain it is to die in cold? That last moment? So it's not funny. Watch this.
Yeah, hello ladies and gentlemen. We're right here at the shelter in Mississauga. And all right, this is exactly the spot where a young man from Nigeria died last week Wednesday. Now you see the tents they were living in, you know, you can see it all the way down there, you know, and you just begin to imagine how are people expected to survive in this horrible condition with the current state of the weather. You know, with the cold out here, I can tell you, we can't even, some of us can't even stand 30 minutes outside of this cold, but yet, human beings like you and I are living on these tents in these horrible conditions. I think it's about time that the African community come together and make our voices heard about this situation. It's about time. I'm here. My picture. Yes, this is Pastor O.J. Agobo. Yes, can you say something, man of God? Yes.
Unfortunately, it's disheartening to see human being living under this condition. This is what we'll be advocating for since the summer. And the unfortunate incident will try to prevent it happened, that somebody lost his life out here. And now we're calling on the federal government to facilitate the process. They did make a commitment to release some funding to assist the province to provide temporary accommodation for these individuals. And we don't know what has been done till now. We will be following up with the federal government, with the provincial government, and the city mayors to see what has been done, what is being done to address this situation. This is un-Canadian. This is inhumane. This is unacceptable for human beings. Please, we're calling all Africans, all the black communities to come out. This is a fight we must all join hands to fight, to advocate for. This inhumane treatment to our community, people of our pigmentation is unacceptable. The time for action is now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so.
Thank you, Pastor. So I've been told that it is actually not an old video. It is new. I've received another video where I think a member of the Nigerian embassy in Toronto have visited the scene, and they are trying to kind of find a shelter for those who are Nigerians among those in that tent. That is very commendable. I mean, I have the video. I'm going to share that with you at some point. But let's first quickly review that Omoyele Showore's battle with the establishments. A lot of you do know that the criminal government of Nigeria, they are holding Omoyele Showore, charged him for treason, and they are holding his passport as well, that he can't go anywhere. Another person who is also what do you call it? Who is also trying to use, the same system to see how they can continue to harass and intimidate Omoyele Sowore, Oba Solomon Delta. Yeah, Nedunwoko. So I kind of call him Oba Solomon Delta anyway, but I don't know if is he from Delta? Nedunwoko. Husband of what's that girl's name? Oh, Ned. So Ned is charging Sowore for cyberbullying. That Sowore the bully him for social media. Ned, yeah, Nwoko. Regina, that's right. So he said King Solomon Delta, or Oba Solomon Delta in Yoruba. Or you can say King Solomon Delta, okay? And if you remember Solomon, in the Bible, I think he has 1,000 wives and 1,000 concubines, 5,000, I don't know. Anyway, for some reason, it's like because Sowore SSR reporters exposed Ned Nwoko's collaboration, all right, in an effort to dupe Nigeria, okay, in a case that Nwoko was expected to make so amount of money or something like that. So he's now charging Sowore for defamation. So I'm going to bring back that of Canada anyway. So I want to go and listen to Sowore quickly. In court today, the interesting part is that they managed to kind of cover what happened inside the court as well. And I love it. I loved it. I want to show you.
So how do you expect the Senate to expunge cyber stalking when Nedunwoko, who abuses the police, who uses the police to oppress people? Not me alone, a lot of people from his village. How would the Senate serve the interests of people when criminals have dominated the Nigerian Senate?
Provision of 477 of FIGA. This has to do with the type of a corporation. Not for a corporation to properly be arranged and be charged before the court. A representative of that corporation must be appointed. And that this goes to the issue of jurisdiction.
That the issue that the person to represent the corporation has to be appointed.
Has to be appointed, sir. And so this is a co-defendant.
Okay.
And that's why the case is criminal law, sir. This is still in the trial. But no, he was sacked in the door here. He was in the door here. When he was sacked. But when he was in the door, he should be already submitted to this court.
So we are defending many cases in several courts that politicians, public office holders who are afraid of questions of their character, they are using that law against the citizens. If you have a reputation, the court is there. What is very, very important about this law and about this kind of charge is that people without character, it's very easy for them to hide under the law. In a civil suit, if you say you have a reputation that has been defamed, you must prove it. You must prove it. And the defendant will come out with what you have done when you are in primary school, or the secondary school, or the university, to tell the court that what you don't have, you cannot protect. But under this law, they are using this law to oppress innocent citizens, to suppress the media, to suppress freedom of speech. And we must rise up against it. We must. That is the business we are doing in court.
This court ruled that my cell phones be returned to me by DSS.
Yeah,
my cell phones that they took from me when they raided my hotel and arrested me in 2019. Yeah. There is a ruling of this court that they should be returned to me and I will be paid 2 million naira as damages. The DSS has not, that's the federal authority, because they are the police, has till today not honored the ruling of this court. As a matter of fact, I think these people should not be allowed to be coming before this federal court to violate the integrity of the court when they do not respect rulings of this court. This is a judgment by Justice Chikere. I mean, yes, before she retired. Yes, and I raised that before you in this court as part of my own evidence that I have no contact whatsoever, because my devices were seized, and the court of law, this federal high court, ruled that these devices be returned to me, because some of this evidence that they are asking for are also in these devices.
Well, maybe why you were calling for that
Yes, I just wanted to want you to take judicial notice of that.
reminded the judge that the DSS has refused to return my devices, 2 phones. I think it's an iPhone 13 and another phone that they took illegally from me when I was kidnapped in Lagos. The judge was surprised, and he said it will be part of the conversation in the future. But what our lawyer has said about this is very important. You can imagine the role the media has been playing in recent days, revealing the looting of states by state governors, including my own state, Ondo State, where the governor has become an apparitional governor, only seen by spirits. But he has also spent 7.6 billion naira on contingency expenses. I don't know the meaning of that. We have Lagos State, where 2 billion was spent to buy perfume, and now they have adjusted the number to 2 million naira. Even 2 million naira is too much to buy deodorants for the whole of Lagos State. And you have Osun State, you have Abia State, where they spend almost 1 billion naira on meals, feeding alone, and only spend 25 million naira on education. What we are saying here is that nothing stopped the governors from also using cyber stalking to arrest all the candidates, all the journalists and commentators online who have been championing transparency across the country. That's exactly what it's all about, and this is the reason why we do this. We could have decided to do what other people do, which he requested. I mean, Ned Uwokoda, we should come and plead with him to drop the charges. No, we are not going to plead with anybody. He is the one who came to court to disgrace himself, and he must be disgraced. But funnily enough, those are the kind of characters you have in the Senate. So how do you expect the Senate to expunge cyber stalking when Ned Uwoko, who abuses the police, who uses the police to oppress people? Not me alone, a lot of people from his village. How would the Senate serve the interests of people when criminals have dominated the Nigerian Senate? That's the problem. When you have lawbreakers appointed to be or elected to be lawmakers, you say elected, quote and unquote, because most of them did not win elections, and you want them to go and make laws that will serve your own purpose, you are wasting your time. So that is the reason why we are pushing this in court as lawfully as possible. But where necessary, we will also take other actions necessary. By all means necessary, we must liberate this country from the claws of criminals who have hijacked our country. Thank you very much again for listening to.
Show. See, may I tell you, right? I'm going to tell him this evening, by the way, after this show, right? I'm going to say, show, I'm going to need your starter kit, okay? Like, if I'm going to be in Nigeria, okay, give me some starter kits. What do I need to know? What do I need to do? And how do I need to prepare this or that? So that, you know, like I'm going to ask him this evening. Is part of them now that they seems not to know what to do with him anymore? Do you get that? They've attempted to kill him. They've tortured him. They've beaten him publicly and in private. They've psychologically psychoanalyzed him and all of that. Is now part of them that they can't really do anything to him anymore. I mean, like, not literally, right? But they can still do a lot to him. But not like, you know what I mean? Because he knows the drills now. You saw him in court, speaking to the judge, explaining himself and all of that. And indeed, Nedunwoko, person we no get character, criminals, they are. So, usually if they allow their laws, I mean the court to actually like, you know, do their jobs without twisting them and the rest, right? Number one, these guys will not have any audacity to take anybody to court, one, because most of them will be in jail. Like if there is actually real law, but there is none. But even at that, in their shady courts, they still get argument that defeats their madness, even in their own court, to the point that they don't even want to obey the court when it doesn't go according to, to their own whatever. So, Shore knows them now, and I kind of hope that some of you will recognize that the reason why Showore is facing whatever he's facing with them right now, everything he's currently facing with them, was because he told them to treat you right. Many of you wanted him killed. They should have shot and killed him. He's a useless guy. He's a this or that. I mean, would I blame you? Because a lot of you are looking for somebody, you are looking for an excuse in order to escape from your reality. And it's good. Pick it on him. Continue picking on him. But just don't forget that whatever you are going through right now, he is being persecuted, not persecuted, persecuted. Because he asks them to treat you right. And he will continue to ask them for the revolution. So in Canada, the one I showed you earlier, okay, this lady seems to be from the embassy, Nigeria embassy in Canada, I think, right? So she met with, according to her, she has been going from one shelter to another. Now, usually, the people you find in shelter, people you find in a tent are those who are possibly without documentation, okay? And even though I think you will find people who sort of are swimming some troubled waters in their lives, okay, that they ended up in a shelter, they're homeless and all that, okay? But in this gathering, right, you have those who traveled to Canada as recent as 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 2 years ago, who ended up in some of these shelters. And in Canada, code no be here. I don't care how strong, how big you are. If the code catch you, Baba, only embalm my life. I told you about the code thing, right? You don't see where person don't embalm somebody alive. Have you been to mortuary before? Like to receive any loved ones or you follow someone there or something, or even walk in the mortuary. You see that frozen body that when they take it out of the fridge or the freezer, cold, rock hard. That is called embalmment, abi. I mean, refrigeration, abi. Anyway, Otutu Canada strong Junior. Do you understand what I mean? Your freezer or the freezer they use to keep dead bodies. I don't know. Maybe it's probably like minus 10 degree or something. I don't know. About to Canada, man, was minus 70. You exaggerate. I'm not exaggerating. It go freeze you, freeze your hair, freeze your breath. It go come be like say that they preserve your body. If they hold you too much, they're going to break you like crackers. They hold your hand too much like that, it go just break like say, I don't care how big you are or how strong you think you are. So everyone is worried for those who are homeless in this kind of weather. They are going to die. And for those they can save in the shelters and in those homes. So I think this video should do justice to that this is the effort they think they are making. I mean, they are making rather.
So while in Brampton, Canada, I visited one of the numerous shelters across Canada for asylum seekers. This is just one of the many in Brampton. And here we met with some of the asylum seekers here, young, vibrant Nigerians. We counseled them and we gave them some items. Mr. Wali Rabiu, owner of Grape Matlock Bakery, gave loads and loads of very delicious agege bread. Pastor Vivian, who runs a food bank, goes regularly to give them free food. And we counsel them, and hopefully we pray and hope that they will get out of this situation. It really is not quite a pleasant sight to behold. And we thank the Nigerians who have been supporting them.
We thank you for the stuff that you do for us and the main that you're doing for us. We appreciate it. Thanks. And we just got good news to our brothers. We've been working behind the scenes, though we're not on camera all the time, but that's fine. My name is Pastor Vivian Etuka. I'm the founder of Better Food Bank. And by virtue, I had a meeting yesterday with the Peel board. The Peel they were doing the budget, and Mayor Brown has promised us that by next week, fingers and toes crossed, we should have about 800 beds that will become available, so they will be able to be sitting somewhere else and being able to.
You will need to endure. Don't have any expectation. The only expectation you should have is God at this point in time. Amen. Your case is in God's hands, all of them. Okay? And as much as you can, in the process of trying to get your papers, don't paint Nigeria bad.
But the key thing is, I hope you get out of this. But for the next person planning to do this, it's not worth it.
I didn't want to tell you, but it's like a cutout, by the way. Abike Dagboru. It's called NITCOM. I think it's called NITCOM, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission or something. That's commendable. Okay? Like, if you have been in that kind of situation, I've not been in that situation, but I can imagine what it is like in a country that is thousands of kilometers or miles away from where you originated from. And you are running away from something there, only to run into cold Canada. So yeah, every little help counts. I was going to speak more, but it's going to be like I haven't taken calls. So but I want to hear from you watching me from Nigeria, if you can. Tell us how you are kind of managing it. Food, rent, bills, medicals, and all of those things are sending people not only into poverty, they are sending people to early graves. I mean, and they are kind of, it's like an epidemic that is really, really, really growing. This is not an inflation, it is hyperinflation. I'll go make another tea so I can take calls when I get back. My final message to you in this situation, right? Remember this.
In the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. You don't know what is happening. Kese la nri lowo, makasakasa timbo. $1 was just 800 naira or thereabout a couple of months ago. Now $1 is over 1,000 naira. How much will it go? Nobody knows. Torí tó ń ṣe falafolo. Ogba salary kilawa. Ìgbéraga week. Gbéra rẹ̀ sánlẹ̀ láìpẹ́. Eat little and save more. Ayé tá ń jẹ chicken kọ́ la wà yìí mọ́. Ayé shawarma kọ́ mọ́. Ayé ice cream kọ́. Mú gààrí. Jẹ pọ̀nmọ́. Gbàgbé táwọn doctor sọ pé kò ní nutritional value. Kí ló fẹ́ nutritional value pẹ̀lú kíní? Jẹ pọ̀nmọ́. Mú gààrí orí ẹja. Wàláì kò rẹ́rìn. Bọ́ọ̀bá lọ ṣe falafolo pẹ̀lú owó ìyà ó jẹ ọba kẹ́. This is the time to save more. Kálukú ló mọ tí ń san lówó school àwọn ọmọ nísìn. I started by paying 25,000 naira per term 2 years ago. Last year, 50,000. Wallahi, this year is 100,000 per child. Now, imagine having 4 kids going to school and I have to pay over 1.2 million naira in a year. Divide my salary in a year by 2. How much will remain? Gas is in Benley. Pampers in Benley. Èmi náà sọ ọmọ bọ́ yín ra fìlà yín ra sọ. Mbo ní ká fi gbogbo yín sí ibadallah. So this is the time to apply the basic principle of economics of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. Save more, eat a little. Somebody told me there is nothing to save. I told him you are a liar. Where do you get money to buy data and check Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram? You are on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on WhatsApp. You are everywhere.
Which of them are you on right now? My caller, how are you?
Good evening, sir. Samayigun.
Good evening, Baba. Idris.
Firstly, I want to thank you so much for the enlightenment that you've been giving us. And yesterday, towards the end of the broadcast, I was like, ẹjọ ẹ má bínú pé mo fẹ́ sọ kí ni Yorùbá mo ní ṣé wọ́n ti lo alugbohùn fún ẹ̀gbọ́n Máyégún ni tó fi sọ pé àwọn ń bọ̀ wá Nàìjíríà. Samuel, what are you coming to do in Nigeria? Emma, what Nigeria? Just leave us in Nigeria. Let us be. As in, I was like, later I realized, Baba sarcasm I was like, never try to Nigeria. Just leave us, Emma,
if you see breaking news that Mayegun has been arrested, you go think he's saying April Fool, Abi. Like all of now, no go first believe him. Even if they say you say, arrest, you could be like, no. Like you will allow them, make them beat me for like 2 days before you believe, Abi. Because you can't imagine it. Like, no way. How is that even possible? How?
By the special grace of God, it will not happen to you. It will not happen. It will not happen to you.
Okay,
amen. So back to what this Alpha just said. This Alpha, Baba, serious at all. So this Pomo is now 100 naira. Pomo 15 at 100 naira. So what's he not saying? I want you to go Pomo. And as a matter of fact,
it's not affordable.
It's not even affordable. It's not even affordable. Even now, I can tell you that even going to work, Teba law on the road, a lot of people have now even subjected themselves to bicycle. Even myself, going to work, I just have to use bicycle. Bicycle. I bought myself bicycle don't turn 30,000 back on around 60,000. But we have no choice.
Let me tell you something. That's a very, very clever thing for everyone who can ride a bike to do in this kind of economy. Like this one is not even a joke, okay? Because the other day I was giving people motivation on Mayegun's Diary Politico, and some people just they just kind of didn't like it. I said, listen, don't be say Ikorodu to Obalende far like that. Now everybody want to live a rich life.
Okay, Emma Binu. I saw that your post on Facebook.
Not too far. If you begin the Wakaram now,
from Maryland to Onidi, Edekin describe for one. Let me just describe to them. From Maryland, you can just take your bike down to Jibo Bridge, then cross down to Yaba, follow that route down to where? Down to like Oyigbo. From you get to wherever you are going to now.
Small. Sure you get. Especially like even if you have to. Somebody said about if somebody is walking that walk every day, you know, go tell a person go die. I said, what's go kill you? It's an exercise. It's a win-win situation for you.
Paracetamol no must solve. Paracetamol 150
paracetamol anymore. So somebody said that my shoe is going to wear out. I said the problem is that don't go in the afternoon, go early in the morning. Now Sunday shop shoe. So now that you have brought the idea of a keke, I didn't even think about I'm a poverty or down. I was thinking of how I could take the waka. So keke. Now go on. See, all of you now when they hear me, and you are hearing Idris, right? That's one good idea. That's a good arc to survive in this era. Keke, go on.
The thing is just that when we are shouting that this government will not, it is nothing. They kept mute. Now it is affecting all of us. I keep telling people that you can't even afford anything. You can't afford anything. Everything in Nigeria. See, and they call it for you 200 naira today, and you say, "Oh, I'm coming tomorrow." Before tomorrow, it's everything, and we keep shouting to them that, "Oh, let us make the right choice. Let us make the right choice." This country, this government is not going to work for us, but they kept mute. Now it is not affecting them. And moreover, and the funniest part is, it might take a vicinity me. I want to shout to you. They are these APC people. Now we are all feeling the brunt together now. Continue with your true talk. Continue. Thank you very much, sir. All right, sir. Good night, sir.
Take it easy. Now, so one of my friends, Papa just died. I didn't tell you that story, but I'll tell you now. You know, what happened? His dad was not feeling well, okay? And he was rejecting being taken to the hospital. Let's go to the hospital. No, there's no money. Let's go to the hospital. No, there's no money. So finally, they dragged him down to the hospital. And around that time, it was obvious that he wasn't feeling well. Like, they didn't know what was wrong with him. So they said they are going to do tests, they are going to do this, they are going to pay a deposit, they now told them that they should go and deposit 200,000 naira so that they will have money there to begin to treat him after all the tests come, the money for tests, the money for that. So when the old man heard about 200,000 naira deposits, the man told his children, I don't know what happened. I just suddenly feel good. I just feel better. That they should be taking him home. Like, I don't know. The old man said he didn't want to put his family in debt. Because when they got home, 2 days later, Baba kick bucket. And the reason why he won't stay in the hospital was that, one, they didn't have money. But he knew they could borrow money. But according to him, he wasn't going to put his children in debt. He died because of 200,000 naira. I just thought I should say that. Just how Ahmed brought that up earlier. So, Idris, I have another caller. Hello there.
Mayegu.
Doctor Agbede.
How are you, Mayegu? You are just too good. You are just too good. God bless you in Jesus' name. You are just too good. Happy Thursday.
So you are one of those laughing there. I thought you elders who help us guide others in the comment section that this is not a laughing matter. You bring out your whip and you control the stop laughing. This is serious. You know what I mean?
That's why I called. That's why I called. So many things to talk about. That's why I called. So many things to talk about. Even if they talk about you, don't worry. I don't know. I'll just take it. Okay, let's start with you said you want to travel to Nigeria. Okay, if you want to travel to Nigeria, let us know so that we'll be monitoring you through the situation room. But not now. Not now. Don't tell me right now. But whenever you want to travel, monitoring you through the situation room. So that was for that. That was for that. So
I think go slap Tinubu now because
don't worry. Don't worry.
If I go Nigeria, it's not now. You said it's not now. Later, Abi.
Don't worry. Because now, number two. The people in Nigeria, they thought that abroad here things are very easy. No, in Nigeria there is sympathy. The word sympathy and pity in Nigeria. But in abroad here, there's no sympathy and pity at all. Zero. That's the word. In Nigeria, people can see sympathy to go. Sorry, in Nigeria. Sorry, so there's sympathy and pity in Nigeria. But here in America, there's no sympathy and pity at all. You are your own. I'm telling you, you are your own. You are your own. I'm telling you.
So you must have the clear picture before you pack your bags. You need to get everything.
God bless you.
Make sure you have everything. No, you cannot be too sure, but at least be to some extent. Get some clarity before
God bless
you pack your bag.
Even some people, like Bola Ahmed Tinubu now, was making jest of you in particular, Mayegu in particular. Because I don't know your age, but he said that Mayegu will be of the range of Sheyi Tinubu now. Sheyi is his son. That Sheyi now maybe 38 years old. Range.
I get that.
Yes, that where that boy Mayegu was in England, that he has been there for maybe 5 years, 10 years. That
12
his son,
11 years, sir.
Good. But peradventure, Sheyi Tinubu went to England and bought a house of 10.8 million pounds cash.
So that
was 2 years ago.
They are broke shaming me.
God bless this man.
Doctor, just for the clarity, you get now broke. Broke. I no key person. So because Sheyi can afford 10 million house.
You are correct.
Now
you are correct. Don't worry.
Now poor.
You are correct. Don't worry. Let them Let them use that as a yardstick, that boy that his son just went there and bought a house.
Yes, he cannot even buy a single one. It's true.
You got it. You got it. You now you are legitimate here. You are working very hard. Don't worry. They are on now. Don't worry. We shall laugh last. Don't worry. We shall laugh last.
Amen.
We shall laugh last. Don't
God
worry.
will fight for us.
We shall laugh last.
Poor people. God will hear our cry. That share you get.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes. Amen. Lastly.
We don't kill person.
Oh, God bless you. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. Yes. Okay. 2 days ago,
yes,
there was a lady that called you on the 21st of November. Her name was Joy. That lady, she spoke exactly what Nigerian populace is supposed to do. That is, she said that why Mayegu inclusive? Why talk, and not put in action? But what she doesn't know that the people in the past that have talked and have also put action, 9 out of 10, they died. Like Delegiwa, he talked and put action.
Die like Dr. Agbede.
God
That's
bless
why I'm
you.
saying that
God bless you.
if anybody not ready to fight for himself, I am not Jun Tangun from Korea.
God bless you.
I am doing this on my own talk.
Now, secondly, Professor Ayodele Awojobi, that man was the youngest professor in Nigeria. He died at I think 49. That was 98. I'm telling you, when they were doing Shagari, Awolowo said something. He died at the age of 49.
How did he die?
No, he was doing that 2/3 of Richard Akinjide, Chief Richard Akinjide 2/3 of Awolowo and Shagari then. Professor Ayodeji intervened and said, what is happening in Nigeria is not good. No, they send powder letter. So bomb, yes.
Like they are sarin, Russia. That one is like a Russian style powder. So they put powder inside envelope. So powder letter. I mean,
God bless you.
Poison.
Yes, so the man opened it. Immediately, the man opened it. He became blind immediately, and within a few days, he died. That man died at the age of 49. The youngest professor ever in Nigeria. Professor.
For just questioning what was happening, Abi.
Yes. You see, so people say, Mayegu always talk. Always okay. Even Mayegu, we believe that they might have killed Showore. There was a time about 2 years ago when that lady police said that she incidentally put a bullet that hit Showore on the. Okay, man. Yes, man. Sorry.
Sorry, doctor, I understand. Don't say sorry because we are all confused. I can't even remember if it was a woman or, or you shall get.
So,
I remember that woman.
Showore might have died now. Showore might have died now. You see now, but God just in that.
Remember when they shot him? Yeah, I remember too.
They shot him. Even inside the on your VVS something they put tear gas. I don't know when he went there to for so many things. Oh, God bless you. God bless you,
Dr. Agbede. See, my new caller. I want you to hang on there for me. Hang in there for a minute, please. Okay. So there is a way doctor presents his own sort of contribution, and I kind of want some of you to always look beyond the cracking part of it, where is very very buzzing and buzzing like that. Okay, because somehow I'm beginning to feel like maybe I shouldn't worry about that Niger after all. All I need to do is for them to just give me, I don't know, maybe CIA tracking link and all that. Or they can sit down there, they can be doing Alpha, Echo, Omega, Romeo, Tango, Alpha. Even when I dey inside the Oshodi, Maniko MC Jadeni. Because you know what they call control room? It's a place where they see every movement. minutes before you get there. They'll put something inside my ear everywhere I go. But I'm going to listen to the advice of one of the Templars here who told me that, man, listen to Dr. Agbedeo. I'm not saying I'm going to take his advice, but I just wanted to know the kind of resources that is available. Well, thank you, doctor. Not now. Here is another caller, by the way. Hello there.
Hello, the general.
Sakiola, is that you?
That's me again.
Oh, brilliant. Good evening or good afternoon to you, sir. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for your usual way of getting across to us to think in Nigeria. You keep helping the people, because what people don't understand, people try to belittle us, don't know the power of information. When you give the people the information, they can be liberated. At least they may be suffering now, but the day is going to come when they are going to demand that they should be free, in essence. So there are a few points I'd like to quickly get to. Today, a few days ago, I got the information on Emefiele and a lot of Buhari's families and friends about billions of money of Nigeria that was stolen. I'm still expecting this information to trigger out to social media. Emefiele has been linked to about 4 trillion naira, according to that information, which I've not verified the content of it. Okay. About $275 million was traced to a 6-year-old son of Sabiu Yusuf, in essence. This is the Nigeria, where we have about 3 million kids sleeping tonight with nothing in their stomach. And when this news was filtering on, I also heard about what is started to happen in Nigeria now, across different states in Nigeria. They have found the highest grade of lithium. We are in this world is trying to change to electric cars, electric this, electric that, and lithium is becoming something, the hot potato in the market. China and even Elon Musk are fighting about Nigeria as we speak. To tell you, I kind of ask myself that, look, how come that God put so much of these resources in our country, and our people are suffering to this level of the thing that we cannot explain? A ton of lithium now is about $100,000 a ton of lithium, and the projection is that it's going to be times 5 in the next 2-3 years. The way they are fighting for it, you can fight it in a Kogi, Kwara, Oyo, Ekiti, all across. They find high grade, highest in the world, where you cannot find the level of grade they are finding in Nigeria as we speak. So this is what is going on when people cannot even afford to eat, and these people are making these billions and all that. And I like the fact that you show Omoyele Sowore today, the guy that how much I support him, in essence. Without this revolution, we are going nowhere. We got to have to be free as our people. There is a future after freedom. Right now, there is no future in this Nigeria.
There's no future in slavery.
No, it's slavery, because the system is put together for, even if it were to be white colonial master, maybe it would have been better, because when those people eat, they remain something. But black colonial master, they don't remain anything. They will eat after they have finished everything. They want to eat you and eat your family with. Exactly. This is what they do. No pity, no concern, nothing, zero. They don't care.
And they won't stop until you stop them.
No, they won't stop. And people should know today that the only way out of this mess is their freedom. Which is why, I know we talked about the last election. We were hoping that a lot of youth will back this revolution candidate, so that when Omoyele speak for all Nigerians that are yearning for freedom.
That's right.
There is no politician, elect saint in Nigeria right now. Trust me, that saint will mess up everybody, because the constitution is put together by the military to enslave other people. It's not meant to make you happy. It's not meant.
No.
It's not to govern you. It's not to make you happy or help your economic problem. Your economic problem is not going to be solved if you don't know that. Go and bring somebody from Mu. It's going to be the same problem.
It is.
You know how much the Buhari people were jubilating when Buhari got elected. You know what happened? The same thing is even going to be promised now, with what is going on. And so the suffering will continue. In essence, let the youth come together and demand their freedom. Without freedom, it's either you free or you die. That is just it. It's either you free or you die. So just take note of that. I don't have much
you want
to say
make
tonight.
A choice now or not, one is going to eventually happen. If you choose to do nothing, you still die. If you fight
make the choice for
what you call the freedom as well, you may die and you may also leave. And when you leave, you will be free. That's what I think.
Thank you for what you say, that. It's either you make the choice for freedom or they are going to make a choice for you. And you know, nobody is going to make freedom choice for you. They are going to give you death instead. That's what they're going to choose.
There is this powerful quote that has remained with me for at least for 10 years now, Sir Akiola. I mean, for real. And that quote was talking about brain. Okay, you know, brain is a very important. That's why it says, the quote says, brain is a very important organ, like it's a very important part of the body, like it's, you know, and if you don't use it, somebody else will use it for you. And that's exactly when you see people who can think or should be able to think, but they can't because they have sublet their thinking faculty, their brains, to the control of others who are using them, and it's like zombies.
My call to all Nigerians today is that let them understand. If any politician, no matter how well intended he is, give you any agenda of how he's going to make Nigeria great again, if revolution is not part of that agenda, just forget about it. It can't happen.
It is just another.
It can't happen. Let
me take this, Sir Akinola. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So I have another caller. Mind you, let me go talk to my friends on YouTube and say, okay, we are not many tonight, but we are grateful to everybody who attended, who has attended this segment tonight. But could you please just take a moment and go on there and just like the broadcast? Like, hello, my caller. How are you?
Hello. Good evening. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, honestly, what you've been telling us and all the information, the messages you're passing, honestly, I just don't know why people are still like, they still believe that country is going to work, coupled with what they're really going through, honestly, because there's some of them, all these Albadorian people, you know, when you talk to them, they will complain. They will complain bitterly, right? When it's now you not tell them the truth, like, oh, this is what you chose for yourself. This is what you did. You're the one. Then they will change their whatever the narrative, like, oh yeah, you say this is the best. Things will change. I talked to one of them today, and the way he was talking, I was like, oh my God, these people, you know, the guy really pissed me off.
They will always piss you off. They will always piss you off.
And I want them to know something. This thing, what is happening now, there's no how this is going to change. It's going to continue like this and get worse and worse. There's nothing anyone can do about it.
See, and Remy has launched, you see, Remy has launched trader money. You know, it was a Pastor Ruga who did trader money, right? And market money. Remy has
Giving them
launched
10,000 or how much?
that time.
Yeah.
Remember, they are 10,000 naira.
Yeah.
So Remy has launched the market money 2.0, which means part 2. So they want to give market women 25,000 naira. Okay. And that is going to be, if you pay it back, you will get 50,000. When you pay that back, you get 100,000. Okay. And you know something? The last one that Pastor Ruga did, they shared under Pastor Ruga, they shared 1.8 trillion naira in total.
Oh my God!
Called
This is
trader money, market money.
Crazy.
To break all arts, the people who collected the money, even though they told them, if you pay this one back, you collect another one. If you pay this one back, you collect another one. After collecting the money, taking pictures, they said, we thought it's our own share of the election now for 2019. A dime was not repaid back. Therefore, they couldn't continue it. And that's what Remy has just launched now. They want to give market women money. And they are going to give them, they want to share money to 11 million market women. You can do the math and know how much money is going down the drains. Just for that.
Honestly, that country, I don't know what is wrong with people. Yeah, we are saying this and that to them, but I don't know. Maybe there's something behind it. And I want them to know something. It's this. I don't think Oleda, the Nigeria leader. I don't think so. Because that is the reason because they can't do anything good.
You are doing
they're not fighting. There's no empathy.
You are doing something that is wasting money, wasting the money you don't
have, right? So that is why we are saying no. It's not about. It's not a cause. It's not that we are causing it. It's no wish. We are not causing anyone. We don't.